Hi, good morning, everybody. I thought today was a good work day for us. Introducing a couple different looks. With ULL. Really having a big focus on us, our communication fundamentals. Continuing to get some good ones-on-ones, twos-on-twos work. Trying to put our guys in as many situations that could show up in the game, and just continue to get better in those situations. I thought our guys did play fast. I thought there were some things we're definitely going to have to clean up, and just overall execution. Some of the things in communication. Still tried to create some adversity with just the atmosphere, even though we're playing at home. Just still trying to force communication, make sure we're forcing those little things to have a sense of urgency for our growth. Throughout each day that we get, and like I said, I thought it was a positive work day for us. Like I said, there's some things that need to be cleaned up. As we jump into tomorrow, but I thought our guys had a good approach.
Seemed like you had some points of emphasis early in practice. Some players, did they respond to when you moved?
They did, and I mean it was as you get to this point of the season. I mean there's times that everybody wants to take an exhale. Like it's your week 11, bodies are sore, bodies are tired. You have to fight against human nature at times, and what you're willing to do and what you're willing to give. And I had to remind some guys of that, and continue to push the standard that we have. And but all in all, I thought our guys responded well, and continue to build throughout the course of practice.
At this point in the season, is a team like Louisiana kind of the most dangerous opponent for this point in the season?
I mean, I think every opponent's going to be who they are. The most dangerous opponent is ourselves. I mean, it's a reality. Are you willing to go out there and be your best? Are you willing to go out there and improve every day? I've been a part of a lot of teams that, as you sit there and you watch, the way the season progresses, we want to play our best ball in November. And there is a process of growth, of development, and, the choice is ours. And, Louisiana definitely has enough playmakers to be able to make it extremely challenging for us to be able to go out there and to do what to be the best that we can, because they can. There's some matchup things that we got to be aware of. There's things that we got. If we lose our focus on what we're doing, if we don't go out there and play to the best of our ability, I mean, it absolutely can show up. So, but it's not necessarily about them. It's about just what we're willing to do. It's the same story that for the last 10 weeks of the season, and it's going to be the same story for every day here moving forward. So, I thought our guys, they've had a sense of urgency. I thought there was a sense of urgency. I think there's times that you try to, as a coach, you try to push different buttons to make guys uncomfortable, and there's some. I got to do that some today, and but what I'm looking for is a response.
Renardo Green had a really strong performance on Saturday. Seemed like he carried it over today. I guess, what has he been doing lately to kind of put himself in these positions?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really proud of our corners in general. I mean, I think Renardo's had a great year. I mean, he really, there's been plays here and there, but he comes to work, each day, and I mean, he is truly passionate about improvement, and he listens, he's coachable, he wants to be great, and he's willing to make investment to take those positive steps to achieve that. And I thought he showed up really big, not only in the passing game but in the run game there Saturday night, and had a really good day today. You just see the confidence that he's playing with. It was good. Darion Jones got more work. He was limited last week. We got in the game and didn't necessarily have to play him, so it was good to kind of let him totally heal up, and excited about. I thought he did some good things here today, and Duke Cooper, and just really that whole group at corners. We got some young guys that are fighting, for repetitions. We got guys that are continuing to get better. But I like what I'm seeing from that group.
What has Darius Washington done to kind of earn that right tackle spot for right now?
Yeah, I mean he's performing in the moment, and obviously Jazz was unavailable there I guess a week ago, or really didn't get much practice in it. Darius did a really nice job, and he's carried that over into the course of practice. We know Jazz is now he's ready to go, and so there's going to be great competition there, and you got to go out there and execute in the moment. And I'm really proud of all those guys and what they've done, and the continued investment. And at that position, I mean, you got to be ready because Darius might be in one play at right tackle, and the next he might have to go to any one of the other four, and that's his preparation, the work he's doing. It's impressive.
We haven't seen Darion since he played in that last game. Is there a chance he might be able to play?
And we're hopeful. I mean, it's something we're working towards. And I know he's doing more work at practice now, and we'll see what that looks like towards the end of the week. And we're, like I said, we're hopeful that we'll get him for at least some point before the season's end.
I meant to ask yesterday, what explanation do you get? The one play that I thought was a safety in Saturday's game that wasn't coming out and see if he's back up and running.
The on the field judgment was that the quarterback was still in the pocket, or that he had gotten out of the pocket. My perspective. Sorry about that.
Can you walk us through the touchdown pass from Wyatt Rector, and I guess for him to have that moment for all the work he's done on special teams?
Wyatt, that's a great point and illustration. Wyatt Rector has been awesome for our football team, and a guy that changed positions when we first got here, has really taken some dramatic steps in just his physicality, the passion, the energy, the toughness that he puts on display. One of our best special teams players. I mean, whether it's punt, kickoff, in a return game, just remarkable. And he takes a quarterback ownership to all those things. That play on Saturday is something that we work, and it was it's a great double option for him if he can run it. Obviously we got great speed and ability. They played it well and had somebody for him, and he was able to complete a pass with somebody bearing down on him. And that's one of my favorite scenes of the game, is just because White got hit pretty good on that, and after he completed the pass, he's on the ground and you just see his hands go up, and it's in the celebration of his teammates. This is a guy. I mean, he's been a captain for us, many times throughout this season because of the work and just the mentality which he brings, day in and day out. And I respect the crap out of him. He's a great young man, and he's got great days here ahead.
What about the way y'all came out of the half? The focus you came out of the half was against Syracuse. You already got a few scores and go 14-0 in the third quarter. How pleased was that?
Yeah, I mean, it's something we've talked about and tried to have a great emphasis of coming out and starting fast in both halves. And when you're especially when you're on the road, I mean, it's critical that you get off to a good start and try to keep the momentum, especially the way the first half went. And our guys did a nice job in their execution, and there in the third quarter to be able to get a couple more touchdowns on the board and not allow them to really get anything started. I mean, it was big, and so I'm pleased with the steps that we've taken here these last however many weeks, and just that mentality.
Have you guys received clarity at all with Caden Miles as far as if he'll be able to come back next year?
That's gonna be something we'll continue to evaluate, and Caden's doing a really good job. What I love about him, he's an aspiring coach. And he wants it, and I knew that when he came in here, and it was one of the things that another reason that just drew me to him. I mean, he wants to be able to make a positive impact for others. I think everybody's seen that. Even since his injury, he's never pulled back. He's pushing himself. He's trying to do everything that he can. But even when you watch him out at practice, I mean, he's talking to those young guys, trying to help with communication, trying to make sure that he can do all the things necessary. I mean, there's been times he's come up and sat in our meetings as a staff, just trying to absorb information, because you're going to face setbacks in life, but what you choose to do in those moments, that's going to define your future. And everybody's going to have them. And if you get caught up just hanging your head and thinking about the things that that have gone wrong, or that maybe didn't go how you pictured it, you're missing out on an opportunity for what it could be. And I think Caden's been a wonderful illustration of that. And he's definitely preparing himself for what the long-term future is going to be, because I think he's got a chance to be a great one.
Wyatt's touchdown. I know Coach Atkins after he talked about other people might call that a trick play. He kind of said he didn't consider it one because you'll rep it so much in practice before you put it in the game setting. I guess, do you have any kind of, what do you consider a trick play, or is it a situation where anything might not be that?
I mean, there's different things that might have special presentations, but I don't get carried away with it. We call it because we believe it's going to work. We something that we do practice at a a high rate, and ultimately it comes down to the execution of it. And I think our guys executed really well in that moment. It forces. There's a lot of things within our offense that might be base plays, but with different, I guess, window dressing that could force eyes to go in a lot of different places. So if we want to call it a trick play, yes. If not, I don't care really. So it really doesn't matter to me.
All right, we have time for one more.
Where have you seen the most improvement out of Byron Turner as he continues to have strides in practice?
He does, and Byron, coming off the injury, kept him out for quite a few weeks, and he's. I wouldn't say he's back to 100%, but he's pushing and getting there, and he's just, Byron's going to be a lot of fun to watch here, and he's got a great future in front of him. Continuing to grow and develop, and just but he's tough, he's physical, he plays fast. I mean, I think that he's gonna have a great career here, and you just got to continue to put together the consistency of that, and which we're starting to see, and he's got a great future.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate the proper press conference. Is this mine?
Yes, sir.
You guys have a wonderful day.